Hey, it's RJ the Panda Puppet. It's very nice to talk to you all. I'm going to talk about my favorite dragon. His name is Yoshi! Yoshi is a lovable member of the Nintendo family. His creator is Shigafuma Hima, and he made some interesting attributes into his dragon creature. Some people say he looks like a dinosaur, but in reality, he's a fire-breathing dragon. Yoshi is well known for his green reptile skin and his oversized nose. His tough scales protect him in the highest temperatures. Whew, it's hot. And the coldest temperatures. His large nose can detect tasty snacks. Ooh, that's good. And also underground treasures. To be honest, it doesn't really matter what Yoshi smells though, because he'll eat anything. Using his long, sticky tongue, he'll dart out at his target and swallow it whole. Be it a mushroom, a star, or an enemy. Strangely enough, he'll even transform the eaten object into an egg. You know, the things that baby birds come out of. It makes you wonder, how does Yoshi make babies? Does he eat something he likes so he'll like his baby? Or does he do it another way? I'm not sure. Well, anyways, you think others in the Super Mario world would be weary of all the eating Yoshi. But he doesn't have to live his days alone. He has his companion, Mario the Plumber, who uses him as a mode of transportation, which is really exploitation because Mario never asks Yoshi to come over unless he needs a ride. And then there's also Mario's shadow named Luigi. There's also Mario's ever in distress damsel, Princess Peach. Yoshi has come to care for his friends, but I hope they're not stolen by the new and improved Yoshis. There's a yellow Yoshi, a blue Yoshi, and a red Yoshi. The blue Yoshi flies, that way Mario can have a helicopter. And the yellow Yoshi causes earthquakes every time it jumps. Bah! And the red Yoshi spits fireballs. Despite all these upgrades and special abilities in these dragons, and Yoshi's lack therefore of, he doesn't have to worry because he'll always be the original dragon in the Super Mario world. Whoa! Who's the purple, mean, spitting fire machine? Spyro! This young dragon was birthed from Insomniac, adopted by Universal, and raised by Sony. His creation is a pretty complicated backstory. His curiosity and headstrongness was shown to the globe in the year of 2000. He's extremely strong. Hi-ya! Hi-ya! Ki-ya! Yes, he is. And he's incredibly smart. He used his very big dragon brain to defeat his enemies. He's also very well known for charging his enemies with his big yellow horns without any regard for himself. He just runs straight into situations. You would think this brave dragon would be eager to show off his agility and kindness by saving the world without being asked. But instead, awards and gifts is what fills his motives. Oh, Spyro. This young dragon has a lot to learn, including how to fly. I'm a panda, so I'll never be able to fly. But anyways, his stubby yellow wings allow him to glide from place to place. And even swim underwater. But that's about it. I don't hold Spyro's immaturity against him though. He had a pretty hard childhood, which would explain his intriguing personality. As an egg, he and his relative, Spirox the dragonfly, were stolen by thieves. At the time, the dragon realm of Arsons was peaceful, but I guess everything happens for a reason. As the peace began to fade and destruction shaking my head. All those pauses, I'm like,
At this point, I don't care.
okay.
All
So
right.
now you doing the shadow run?
Yes.
Okay.
I need to throw on the JoJo stuff. JoJo's good.
I'm hungry. I keep saying that. I just need something to say. Mishi's ready. Can I keep the words over here?
Yeah, just face them towards me.
Okay. What we never picked the music for this one.
Pick dark music. Just look up dark music.
Okay.
It's 11:50. We're not gonna do it in time.
Oh shoot. That went by really fast.
Yeah, it did.
Do you want to just do the this thing and then the rolling credit? Do you want to just do the?
No, we gotta make it 30 minutes.
You gotta make it 30
so
minutes.
we'll
No
just
matter
read
what?
it and turn it when we
It's
turn
gonna be
it.
late. Okay. Okay.
I wonder if I'm gonna graduate.
Huh?
I didn't even do the interview. Should have come back for the interview. Miss Parker.
So you ain't gonna be able to graduate because of
I
that?
don't know.
I don't see why not.
Tomorrow's Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I think finals were due already. I'm nervous now. I'm worried.
You know you push play on it, right?
So, have you heard of Shadowrun? It's a near future setting. Corporations have become their own nations and basically rule the world. Magic has returned. So have elves, dwarves, orcs, wizards, shamans, and yes, even dragons. Cutting edge science, cybernetics, virtual reality, and strip mining of the moon and Mars have all happened. Native American shaman cause natural disaster. Cause natural disasters on a global scale to strike back for their lands being stolen from them.
Pause it.
And you know what else happens? A dragon is elected president of the United Canadian American State. Another dragon is the owner of the largest corporation in the world. He watches over his horde, knows every tiny little detail and piece of everything. This is the world of Shadowrun, seen in games, shorts, movies, lots of different things. Hi. So, there were a few dragons that we did not get a chance to talk about, but they do deserve an honorable mention. The first dragon is a dragon that we all know and love as Smaug. He's a dragon from the Lord of the Rings. Some more honorable mentions include Dungeons and Dragons, Flemeth from Dragon Age Origin, Aldrin, and the Atari game series. We must not forget one of the newest dragons to come on the scene, the beautiful, wondrous Toothless. And among that list is Eragon, which is a book about three books long. The first one was made into a movie, the other ones were not made into a movie. Hi, it's RJ again. Now, we're going to talk about what we love about dragons. First up is Raven Holmes.
Hi, my name is Raven Holmes. I'm Mishiana's sister. And what I love about dragons are the different mythical backgrounds about them. For example, in China, they believed in 3 different types of dragons. It's very interesting because you would think, the whole destroying villages, setting fire to things, that they would be afraid of dragons. They wouldn't like them. But actually, dragons were greatly respected, and they're often seen as a symbol for imperial authority. The 3 types of dragons were Lung, aka Sai, Li, aka Sea, and Kai, aka Marsh. These 3 dragons, representing the different elements and such, were really important to the Chinese. I also read on Wikipedia that Iceland would not allow Vikings. Not Wikipedia, I mean FW.com. It said Iceland wouldn't allow Viking ships with grimacing dragons to approach their shores. This was because the King of Denmark sent the spirit of a wizard to scout for a way to invade the country. A dragon, backed up by an army of snakes and insects, scared the wizard away from one region of the country. A gigantic bull, a huge bird, and a mountain giant also frightened away the wizard and convinced him that the country would not be invaded. These are known as the Four Lavater, and ancient Icelanders revered them as highly that Viking ships featuring any of these grimacing, usually dragons on the prow, weren't allowed near shore because they didn't want to provoke them. Now they're on the country's coat of arms. History. For my final mentions of dragons, I want to mention an animated one from Spirited Away. His name is Haku. In reality, he's a human, but his spirit turns into a dragon. The dragon represents the Haku River spirit. It's so crazy because the dragon was personified in a gentle way, as part of his nature, as free-flowing as a river. He had snake-like features. He didn't have huge wings, and he had very tiny legs. I really loved how the animator personified him in such a way. And it's really interesting to see the differences between the evil, big, and scary dragons and how he personified his as very gentle, like a river. Well, now Mishi's going to talk about her favorite dragons.
Hello! My name is Mishiana, and I am a student in this course. And my favorite dragon is a dragon that we did not get to talk about, Smaug, from the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I enjoyed Smaug's character. I really loved how Mr. J, the author, really made him this mean sort of jerk of a dragon. But technically he wasn't really a jerk because that's kind of who he was. All he cared about was his hoard, his treasure. And when somebody stole something, he got so mad. When I was able to watch Smaug in The Hobbit, I was like, yay, I'm so happy. I watched it over and over and over again. And probably now, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to watch it over and over and over again. That's my favorite dragon. So, while there's a little break from all the dragon talk, I think I would like to talk about my experience in the classroom. Classroom in quotations. So when I first started the class, I was told to pick the professor that I picked because he liked to talk about dragons. And I thought that is pretty cool because dragons are pretty nice and fun to talk about. But I was interested in how the professor would relate dragons to literature and technology. It at that point did not connect with me at all. Then, as I read the syllabus and as I played Dragon Age and read the different excerpts and sections given to us about literature and then development of language and the printing press and dragons used throughout history to explain the hero monster concept, it all started coming to me for the first time, cognitively and emotionally about what dragon slaying really means to me and to people as a culture. And you can find dragons or monsters in every single culture. And for me, I think that dragons themselves sort of represent the evil, and I think dragons are really good at portraying all of the sins that we as people have. People are lustful, they're vengeful, they are, they covet, they hoard, they eat a lot. I forgot what that word was. They're gluttonous. So people are lustful, vengeful, gluttonous. They covet things that they should not covet or that people don't want them to covet. And I think that dragons do a lot of that too. They covet. They lust after gold. They're vengeful. If someone takes their gold, they're going to kill them or die trying to kill them. And I think that history has done a really good job of taking what's inside of people as bad and removing it from themselves. A lot of people don't want to accept the good and the bad that is being a human. People can be compassionate, they can be kind, they can feel love, but they can also feel hatred. They can also hurt people. People can do selfish things. And so as a person, I am learning to accept that, but a lot of society and culture hasn't. And I feel that the dragon slaying stories sort of took people, they gave them, the heroes, good qualities. The people want to be the hero. They don't want to be the dragon. But a lot of people are both. And I think some dragon slaying stories, like the one we read about Fanfear, that one, the fact that he used to be a dwarf. He used to be a dwarf, but he was turned into a dragon. Sort of talks about the transformation that people sometimes go through when they're going through a hard time or when they just have bad luck. They were, a person, good, and then they turned bad, aka into a dragon. So going back to people wanting to be only good, we wrote a lot on our resumes this term, which is pretty common in a lot of classes. Teachers and professors want to make sure that we're ready for the workforce. And part of that is being able to interview and being able to write a good cover letter and resume. In this class, we talked about dragon slaying stories, which took resumes and put a good spin on them by turning our jobs and our skills and tasks and putting them into catching stories that brought the words off the paper and made the interviewer or human resources see us as more as people instead of just as names on pieces of paper. For me, I had a few dragon slaying stories.